106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Welcome back to Music Story Part 2 with my special guest host, Bob from the Windsor Project, and our special guest is Tim from the Sylvia Platters. Welcome, Tim.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
So, first off, Tim, we're going to talk about the brand new album, Make Glad the Day.
Right.
And you guys have been working on it for about 6 months to a year now or so?
Yeah, just over a year now. We recorded it not this past summer, but the previous summer. And it's kind of taken a while to actually get through the whole production stage and mastering stage of everything.
Now, I know Nick had some prior engagements, so he said he might make it, he may not be able to. So I'm glad we have you here. So first question before I get to any music is Tim, is the whole process of recording the album. What was your process for recording the songs? Like, was it all kind of always grouped together, or did you guys kind of do bring the lyrics to the table, then the music to the table, and then kind of mix together? How did it work?
Well, we kind of had a lot of songs ready to go when we recorded the album. We recorded it all live in a room, all the instruments at once, kind of like the bass, the guitar, and the drums. And then we kind of took that and overlaid vocals and overdubs afterwards.
Right.
So the album is recorded live off the floor, but then with some overdubs over top. In terms of songwriting, usually our music comes first, and then the lyrics come second over top of that.
Now, your influences, if you can name at least, we'll give you three, but if you can name at least one to not make it too difficult for you, who would your influences be?
I would have to say, it's tough to say because everyone in the band likes different things, so it's hard to say what exactly is influencing you at that time. But in terms of our sound, for me, there's this New Zealand label called Flying Nun Records from the 80s that has a bunch of great bands, really great pop music from the 80s that I adore, and I strive to kind of write songs like that. I know with Nick, when he writes songs, he's always digging into Pains of Being Pure at Heart, which is kind of a pop rock band that's around right now. They have a couple of albums out. So those two kind of influences kind of come heavy into the music. And then just general 60s music, we tend to dig quite a bit.
Well, right on. Well, just a quick thing I want to point out here real quick is that right now we're completely functioning on a Canadian show because you're out of Surrey, BC, Bob's out of Windsor, Ontario, and I'm out of London, Ontario. So it's
wow.
not all Canadian show right now.
Yeah, coast to coast.
Right on. So Bob, I'm going to give you the floor if you want to ask you a few questions.
Okay. I heard the album this afternoon, and I got to tell you, I'm really, really impressed with it. To start with, you mentioned a label in New Zealand, and you actually got, a whole lot of 80s feel. I could definitely hear that. Myself, I did hear a little bit of Tom Petty, the Trues, the Sloan. I mean, it was just fantastic. I'm a guitarist myself, and I was wondering, what kind of gear do you use for your guitar tone? I loved that.
Actually, I'm the drummer in the band, so I don't. I know we have Jazz Master. My brother plays a Jazz Master. I can't remember what 12-string he uses.
Okay.
It's tough for me to say just because I'm stuck behind the drum kit the whole time. I don't know the exact pedals and everything they got to make the sound.
No, that's definitely fair enough. What inspired you to actually create this album?
Well, my brother and I have been playing music for forever. He's playing on guitar and playing on drums, so it's kind of a nice fit to always be playing music with each other. And we started writing some songs at about 2012, and we wanted to go forward and put out a full-length album that we could actually hold in our hands.
Sweet.
So we brought in our bassist, Simon, who we were kind of lifelong friends with, and he had just graduated from an audio recording school in Vancouver.
Nice.
So that was kind of nice, to work on the production from that side. He's kind of got professional background there. So
he did an incredible job with the production on that.
Well,
that's all thanks to our bass player, Simon, who just has an ear for that kind of thing.
I was going to say,
give him a pat on the back.
Yeah, because he's your bassist and producer as well, correct?
Yeah, I think we said that we all produced the record on the liner notes, but it's like 90% him.
Right on.
I won't tell if you don't. Well,
yeah.
It's out now.
Yeah.
So Twitter and Facebook links, you got them?
Yeah, we are on Twitter and Facebook and on SoundCloud, I believe.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, just that website.com / the Sylvia Platters should take you right to, or www.thesylviaplatters.com.
Perfect. Well, I guess I'm going to hand it back over to Bones for now.
Oh, hey on. So, Tim, before I get to the first song here, I was pretty much passed on to you by Jeff Trainer, who's Western Jaguar.
Yeah.
Now, how have you guys associated with him?
Well, I took some classes with him at the University of the Fraser Valley out here in BC, and I just found out that he was playing music, so we kind of hooked up that way, and I really dug his music, so we started kind of jamming a little bit, and he was actually in our band for a couple months this summer playing some live shows, but he just moved on back to his solo work.
Right on. Well, no, I was curious about that because I remember when he first mentioned you guys, like, well, that's really cool, and I sent you guys first DM, and I was talking, and Nick was like actually it's Nick, it's not Jeff. It's like, oh, sorry, man, but it's still cool, and so we're gonna get to your first song here. Well, not the first song on the album, but the most recent single we have here. It's "Girl with Curious Hair." So dig this.
Oh, that's my fave on there.
So we're gonna take a quick break here, and we'll be right back. This is "Girl with Curious Hair," the Sylvia Platters. Dig this.
Curious hair, looks of love, a caught a glimpse from the other side. I dream of you as the sun it's time.
The Sylvia Platters, Girl with the Curious Hair. Now, like we were saying off air, Bob, you said completely reminiscent of a 60s, 70s tune, and you're absolutely right. And you know what? When I made comments on this one, I made comments as references to the turtles and the birds, and just a full song. Now, Tim, this was such a great song, and excuse me, you can totally notice the influences from the different genres. And this one in particular, like, how did this one come about?
This one kind of came about through me. Where was I when I wrote this song? I feel like I was outside somewhere, just kind of messing around with my guitar, and I had just read "Girl with Curious Hair" as a book title by an author called David Foster Wallace, and I just kind of liked the sound of that, so I kind of wrote that down and started just strumming away and trying to come up with a melody, and eventually came up with these lyrics, and yeah, they kind of stuck. We tend to write songs away from the band and then bring them to the band, and then everyone kind of flushes out their own part. At least that's how it worked for this record.
Now, Tim, how much songwriting do you actually do? I mean, I know you do this one, but have you done a bunch of others, or is it a complete collaboration, or how's that work?
Well, Nick writes most of the songs. I have 2 on the record. I tend to write, 1 or 2 songs a year just to kind of like keep the pressure off of Nick a little bit from having to write everything.
Right.
And like most of my songs are pretty simple. I don't really know the guitar all that well, but sometimes it's kind of nice to kind of, take a step back and write a simple song that can kind of fit with the band.
Well, it's also good that you're kind of crossing between instruments as well. You're not just playing drums, you're playing guitar as well. So you kind of give more than your 2 cents into the band.
Right, yeah.
But you know what? One comment I've made with this song in particular is you guys really, really remind me almost a lighter side of Weezer.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I really, really love the sound, so like it really kind of stuck out for me.
Cool. Yeah, I don't think we've gotten that comparison yet, so that's a cool one. Yeah.
But that was one of the first things I heard when I heard the song. It's like, you know what? This sounds a lot like a mellow Weezer tune.
Cool. Yeah. That's definitely a compliment.
So with recording of this album, I know you guys taken about a year and a bit to do it. Now, did you have any complications along the way? Was there any like snags with recording, or did you guys kind of redo some songs, or?
Well, recording it was definitely an interesting process, and something that after we've recorded a full album now, I think it was a learning process, and we can kind of speed it up a little bit. Just because we stretched everything out a little bit too long.
Right.
We didn't realize how long the production of printing vinyl would be, because the vinyl copy of this album won't even be released until February of next year. So it's kind of, we recorded it in summer of 2014, and the vinyl doesn't come out until February 2016. It was just with the vinyl pressing in Canada, like everything's pretty slow going. Right. Like there's not that many factories that you can really order through, so you kind of have to just sit it out, and hopefully things don't take forever.
Well, I tell you what, Tim, I'm going to be the first time for the vinyl because I do have a record player, and I got it pretty much through family, and this thing's about 3 years old, and it still works great. I do, however, need new needles, so I got to go out and get that, but I love my vinyl, so keep me posted. Let me know when the vinyl comes out, because I will be one of the first in line to purchase it.
For sure. Thanks.
So, with the album title itself, Make Glad the Day, was that just kind of like a random thought, or did you guys actually think about that before you kind of set it down to paper, or what?
Well, we kind of wanted a title